All right, I'm back with a year and a half update after being a prostate cancer survivor, having a radical prostatectomy in December of 2024. Year and a half later, what's going on? Well, I finished up my first year in November, maintaining cancer-free status, having my blood drawn, going every 3 months. Had the blood drawn, had the PSA checked. So came back. First year maintained cancer free. So after that, I graduated to now every 6 months, going to get a blood draw to check the PSA. And so what has happened in the last year and a half? Well, real quick, so you know, you have the radical prostatectomy and you wear the catheter for about 9 days, get it yanked out, and then you're in diapers for a couple weeks because you're incontinent, and then you move to guards because you're kind of leaking and you got to work on your Kegels. And I did a little physical therapy in my urologist's office working on Kegels, and eventually moved from guards to shields for the occasional leak, and then drinking, having the leakage, to just a shield. And then every now and then, especially when I was at work, if I'm out and about running errands, daily life, I wouldn't wear one. But at work, just to make sure, because never know when you might compress and a little bit squirts out at work. So I wanted to make sure I stay dry. So we got to that first year and maintained cancer free. So then I started with the urologist, and he said, well, I need to refer you, ask your primary when you go for your annual physical. I said, okay. Because I worked out, I was working out, and I still work out. I do resistance bands. I'm 52, so I do resistance bands and kettlebell, and I incorporate my Kegels into those workouts to, because the only muscle we got left is the old butthole muscle to help us keep from leaking and to hold it in when we got to go real bad to keep it from shooting out. So when I went I met in November with my primary care, and I said, look, man, I said, I'm 52. I'm asking for some help because basically I'm maintaining. I'm not losing weight. I'm not gaining. I'm maintaining. I gained some weight, after the surgery, especially behind my scars in my midsection. I didn't like it. And I said, I'm here to ask for some help to get a shot. So he recommended Zepbound. He said, one, because you have sleep apnea. You're on CPAP, yep, and it helps with that. And I was wondering if my CPAP was still working, because, man, you go to work and about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, man, you're falling asleep and shit. And I'm like, is my CPAP still working? What's going on with it? And, of course, I'm on meds because I had AFib. I got AFib from sleep apnea. That's how I found out I had sleep apnea in 2016, was the AFib. So I take meds for that. And then with the job that I do as a detective, it comes along with the high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So I'm on meds for that. And so the Zepbound, the GLP, helps with that. And so I said, all right. I was 254. I weighed in at 254 November 28th. That's when I started my first shot. I got to do self-pay because my state health plan in North Carolina doesn't cover it. So I got to self-pay. So I gave myself my first shot in the gut. Started at 2.5 November 28th. And gradually moved up to 2.5, 5, 7.5, and had my first weight management check in April, and I went from 254 down to 227. Now I'm maintaining on the 10 milligram shot. I go back for another weight management maintenance check. It's either June or July, and now I'm maintaining on 10 milligrams of the Zepbound, and it's been wonderful. I can tell the difference. I feel better, look better. All my doctors are very happy. When I went for my yearly cardiologist, she noticed right away that I lost weight. When I went in for my new 6-month in May, PSA check, blood draw, the urologist noticed. Again, maintaining cancer free, so I go back again in six months for my blood draw. And he said by year 3 or 4, we'll move to the yearly visit. Yearly blood draw, but we may just use, since I go for an annual physical, just use the annual physical results on my PSA and meet once a year. But we got to get to year 3 and 4 first before we move to once a year, and then hopefully reach that 10-year goal to officially say cancer free. So right now, maintaining cancer free. It's been great. The Zep Bound's been awesome. As a man, sometimes you got to ask for help. I asked for help. It's the best thing I ever did. I love it. Pants are loose. Work clothes are loose on me, but I'm not going to buy any new ones. I just cinch the belt tighter. Whatever. It's been an awesome investment. Luckily with Trump RX, it's lowered the cost. I mean, it's still costs. It's $449 for the 10 milligram maintain. It's a 4-week dose. I mean, 4 weeks. I inject myself every Friday morning when I get up, get ready for work, inject it in there, and go about my day, my life. So that is the positive on that, losing weight. Urologist said that's probably helped with why I've stopped leaking as much as I did before. I had actually in April had forgot to put a shield in and went to work and realized it. I was like, oh, well, I'm here and let's just see how it goes. And went good, no leakage. So I had some training on that Wednesday where I'll be doing some movements inside a no-shoot firearm simulator inside. So I said, all right, I'm going to try this. Not wearing one, see what happens with the different movements and stay dry. So right now, I think it's mid-June. When I get to mid-June, I'll be 3 months no shield, staying dry. I mean, every now and then, if you compress, a little drop may shoot out. When I'm drinking, I don't leak anymore. I mean, I know when I got to go piss, and so I go do it. That's still, it's depends on my mindset. I may sit down and pee. I may stand up to pee. I always like when I'm at a place that has a urinal. But it all depends, I kind of where I'm at. And if do I need to sit down, or do I stand? It's just one of them things. I kind of got to feel it out. What's the body telling me? And then I go either way. And sometimes you never know which way it's going to go. That's just a part, I guess, having that catheter in you for 9 days and your body getting rearranged. But you got to take the wins when you get them with no leaking. So that's been awesome. Where are we at on the erection front? Well, I'll tell you. So sometime in last October, I started getting morning wood. I mean, what I did is it was a Baby Yoda morning wood, but it was there. Then probably about a couple months later, then it graduated to Mini Me wood. And then my wife and I went on a 8-day cruise, Southern Caribbean, in January, and we're day drinkers. We like to drink during the day, and we eat our dinner, and then we go to sleep because nothing good happens after midnight on a cruise ship. Even though I love cruising, that's just the truth. So we came back from dinner one night after day drinking all day, had a good buzz, and decided to get naked, do some naked caressing. And next thing I know, boom, a little wood going on, enough that we were able to make love. And it was awesome. I mean, that was pretty impressive. Drinking all day, the Cialis, that you take that in the morning, that wears off after 6 hours. And to have a little action going on, that we were able to make love, that was awesome. And so then after that, I don't know, maybe into February, March, started getting morning wood. I call it the fairway wood. We're not back to the full driver, go big or go home, but we're at a fairway wood status. So I mean, we're making progress. Tells me the nerves. Like I said, you've seen earlier videos. I lost the partial right nerve bundle, so that tells me the trauma that the body goes through with being rearranged and losing some nerves. They're starting to come back. Body's trying to adapt to the new normal, as I call it. So we last week, wife and I made love. I mean, went upstairs. I said, "Look, I'm ready. I feel it." It was, probably about 11 a.m. I said, "I'm feeling it. Let's do it." So we went up and did some sexual caressing, and boom, got that fairway wood going. And we made love. It stayed hard. And that was awesome. We both loved it. Just it was nice. I talked about it before in a video. We tried the injections, in the early stages, and we didn't like it. It just didn't feel natural. It was weird, and so this was much better, more natural. Just awesome. You got to put the work in, though, guys. You gotta, you got to do your Kegel exercises. Watch what you eat. Ask for help about losing weight. It's not that. Look, man, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right to ask for help. It's been the greatest thing ever. The Zepbound's been awesome. Like I said, it also helps with all the other shit that I take medicines for, and sleep apnea with my CPAP. I feel more rested now using my CPAP. I sleep when I throw that thing on. I sleep better. So just ask for help. This is still a journey. Who knows in 6 months, where will 6 months to a year where the erection game will be. But right now we have, a fairway wood that my wife and I are able to make love, and we're happy. So, and then you just get naked sometimes and just rub, that works too. Kissing, rubbing, things don't overcomplicate it. We can, you live with the new normal. It's, I call it you ups, downs, sideways, the new normal. But that's the 1.5 year update. I hope that, help some of you guys out there that are going through the prostate cancer journey. And then also, the lender side of the family now, my Uncle Tom, he ended up having prostate cancer, but his metastasized, got outside the prostate, and he had to do the chemo, ivermectin, and all that good stuff, and his PSA was way, way high. Now it's down low, so that's a good sign. Which prompted me to reach out to my father, and then I asked him, I said, whatever happened, you used to talk about your prostate all the time, and he had prostate cancer. He had the radical prostatectomy, and he's getting ready to enter year 10, maintaining cancer-free status. And then, learned from him that the lender side, one of his uncles had it, but it got out and ended up killing him because he just didn't catch it in time, ignored it, and it metastasized and killed him. So there you go. You got 4 of us on the lender side, and then on the Odom side, my mom's side, my grandfather had prostate cancer when he was in his 70s. So there you go. That's the story and the history. That's a 1.5 year update. It can all be positive. Don't let it get you down. You just got to work hard, dudes. Got to work hard. Got to work at it, prostate cancer survivor bros. So I'm checking out. See, maybe we'll do another one in 6 months. Kind of see where we're at. Give another update. All right, guys. Take care.